From everyone here at Tired Old Queen at the Movies, we'd like to wish you, your family, and your friends a very safe and happy holiday season. Now let's go see Steve Hayes, the Tired Old Queen at the Movies.
Oh, Johnny, about time. Get it here.
Oh, Tired Old Queen at the Movies.
Merry Christmas, Johnny! Woo! I wanted to do a Christmas film, but not a traditional one, so I chose Katharine Hepburn and Cary Grant in George Cukor's Holiday from 1938. Now, this was based on a play by Philip Barry, who wrote the Philadelphia story, and Katharine Hepburn had actually understudied for the lead on Broadway opposite this gay actress named Hope Williams that Katharine Hepburn idolized and borrowed a lot from in her acting style years later.
Well, I tried to go on the stage.
Oh.
Would you care to see me do the sleepwalking scene from Macbeth?
No.
Now, at this point in Katharine Hepburn's career, she was box office poison, and that's what they labeled her.
Maybe what you need is some time off from what you've been doing, day in, day out.
You mean from what I've not been doing? Days in, please, years out.
She was in good company. Joan Crawford was labeled box office poison as well. Dietrich was labeled box office poison at this point. By box office poison, these are people that the theater owners said no one wanted to come and see anymore. Well, Harry Conn, who was the head of Columbia, was a scumbag.
What's the matter? You fed up?
To the neck.
But aside from that, he was also a shrewd businessman. He never really developed his own stars at Columbia. He liked to borrow stars from other studios, and he really liked people with personalities, and he decided that he was going to prove that this was wrong. So he put out this movie with a tagline, "What is really the matter with Katharine Hepburn?"
Compared to the life I lead, the last man in a chain gang thoroughly enjoys himself.
Is it true what they say about Katharine Hepburn? Katharine Hepburn said to him, "You better watch out, Harry. You may find out. They'll tell you." Well, they did. This movie bombed, and it was because of this movie that Katharine Hepburn went back to New York and went on the stage, and Philip Barry was writing the Philadelphia story specifically for her, which really launched her career again. But for my money, this is the best movie she ever did with Cary Grant.
There's a conspiracy against you and me, child.
What's that?
Vested interests.
I know.
He plays a guy who's in the height of the Depression. He just wants to live his life. He's young, he has made money, and now he wants to go and find out what life is all about and essentially travel around. He meets this gorgeous woman played by this actress named Doris Nolan, and they meet at Lake Placid skiing, and she brings him back to New York with her, and he doesn't know that she's from one of the richest families in New York.
Who is this girl? What does she do?
Do? Well, I don't know. What do most girls do?
Well, Johnny, don't tell me you didn't find out anything about her.
Sure. She wants me. She wants the life I want, the home I want, the fun I want.
What about her family?
And he has to meet her family.
You see, my father had a small grocery store in Baltimore.
Oh, indeed.
Yes. He was never able to make a go of it, though, and when he died, he left a number of debts which Mother worked very hard to clear up.
Well, her family, her oldest sister is Katharine Hepburn, and Katharine Hepburn is a free spirit and sort of the black sheep of the family. And then there's the brother. The brother's played by Lew Ayres, who's the alcoholic and lost, and I think gay, actually, although it's never really overtly said. Well, of course, it wasn't at that time.
Darling sister, I shall drink as much as I like at any party I agree to attend. And as much as I like is as much as I can hold. It's my protection against your tiresome friends. Linda's out of luck. She hasn't any protection.
But he really is the most sympathetic character in the whole movie. He breaks your heart, and they're always trying to save him, and he's wickedly funny.
Take it easy.
Aye, sir.
It's brittle, it's funny, it's quick. Cary Grant is so charming in this, you're gonna fall in love with him all over again as if you'd never seen him before, because it's essentially who he was. He got to use all of that acrobatic comedic style that he had used when he was in English vaudeville. And still have that edge of sophistication. And with Hepburn, he sparked something in her, a fresh fun in her that was all about her being the very best Katharine Hepburn she could be.
Oh, did she love that too?
Now, don't you say a word about Leopold. He's very sensitive.
Yours.
Looks like me.
There's this wonderful scene. Katharine Hepburn's favorite place that she hides out with Lew Ayres is at the top of the house. And it's the old playroom from when they were kids and they still have all their old toys in it. And she says, well, you better come up here. If you're going to marry my sister, I've got to find out what you're all about.
Be grateful.
Now, the first thing the father will want to know is, how are you fixed?
Fixed?
Money. How much dough have you
Oh,
got?
now, Linda, please.
Well, I know you wouldn't expect it of a man in father's position, but the fact is, money is our god here.
So, do you know any famous people? Do you have any names? Are there any judges in your family? And Lew Ayres grills him too, while he's getting drunk,
How are you socially?
Do you have any senators in your family? Is there anybody? And Cary Grant says, I'm afraid I don't. I don't have anyone in my family that I know about, but I can do a backflip. And Katharine goes, can you really? And he says, oh, yeah, well, I can. Well, the two of them proceed to do this acrobatic flip that Cary Grant taught Katharine Hepburn to do. It's the coolest thing. They walk up a couch. The couch flips over. They walk down, and they do it like they're dancing, like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. He picks her up, she's standing on his shoulders, and they move forward, and they both hit the floor and do double somersaults and come up at the same time. And they're in evening gowns. It's the best, it's just the best. Just great stuff. And she's sitting there, and she looks at him, and she goes, I think you'll do. And he goes, yes, I do too. I think I'll do just fine. And of course, he can't see that she's madly in love with him right away. And her brother, Ken.
Are you sure you want to get over him?
No, I'm not. That's what scares me most. I feel alive and I love it. I feel at last something's happening to me.
But it's her sister's fiancé, and she loves her sister. And here's the dilemma. Will he come around? Will he conform? Will he go with who he should?
Oh, Johnny, see it through. You'll love it, I know you will. There's no such thrill in the world as making money.
And I think you're going to love Katharine Hepburn, Cary Grant, and Lew Ayres, the amazing Lew Ayres, who should have been up for an Oscar, in George Cukor's version of Philip Berry's Holiday. Merry Christmas.
Let's all go to the lobby.
And I chose Holiday from 1938. This was based Holiday from the High.
Ourselves a treat.